Darwin is like this pretty much everywhere. Beautiful, good weather for me. That you can see is the territory's indigenous flag, which is proudly displayed everywhere. And as beautiful as it is, the idea that there's crocodiles in the water, although they could be crocodiles. Yeah, look, yeah, I guess they do. Yeah, probably not a good idea.
Yes, it is a hot, beautiful October day in Darwin. They call it the build-up. It's when the humidity goes up and not does rain. But come December, it will be raining here. It usually rains about 2.5 meters rainfall within 4 months. When I came to Australia, I arrived in Perth on the 23rd of January 1983. I lived in Fremantle. I went to Wait, now called Curtin University. I finished my studies in environmental health. I got a job in local government. It was surprise, surprise. I continued my studies at Murdoch University, got a postgrad in environmental science. In 1988, my first wife died, but I decided I was not going to go back to Greece. My friends were here, my future was here, stayed in Australia. Best thing I've done. In 1990, I went to Port Hedland. Port Hedland is the biggest export port in Australia, exporting mainly iron ore, and also it was 1,700 kilometers north of Perth. There were only 6 Greek families. One of them was a baker. The other used to work at the mines, one capacity.
I think the baker's the most important person.
Yes, and I worked there in the local government again as principal of the health department. And of course I did other things as well, because a lot of Greek boats used to arrive in Port Hedland to load iron ore. And I saw different size of Greek ships, and small ones, big ones, nice ones, terrible ones. And I remember going one day at the port, and my young son then loved to go to the port because every time it was a Greek ship and I used to go and say hello to the captains and the crew, everybody was treating him with lollies and everything. So I went and saw the ship and I saw the name Padanosa. And I climbed up and I said to the guys in Greek, "Kalimera παιδιά." And one of the Greek sailors said to me, "Έλληνας στο τέλος του κόσμου." I still remember that.
That's awesome.
The Greeks lived here most of the time without any persecution, without any racism, like any other groups. 1974 we had cyclone trace in Darwin. 95% of the houses were destroyed. We had about 64, 65, 66. The numbers are not accurate, people who died here. Of course, the people were in shock. Never something like that happened in their lifetime. Darwin had been destroyed twice before by cyclone, but 1974, modern times, the cyclone came in, wiped out the whole city, and nobody knew about it. And of course, the anger turned against the Greeks. As I heard in archives, the woman says, "Well, they built the houses, it's their fault," forgetting that the houses were actually designed by Australian architects, built with Australian supplies, supervised by Australian supervisors. The easy way out was to blame the Greeks. The problem, of course, is that even the Greeks' houses were destroyed because that's what they were building houses at the time. They were not the modern standards. The modern standard was introduced after cyclone trace. The situation was so bad that there are photographs that show somebody holding a banner saying, "Grease your car, run over a Greek. Make Australia beautiful, kill a Greek today." Greeks were accused of looting the city. Some of them were arrested. Not one was found guilty in a court of law, and it was a big racist outbreak, and mainly against the Greeks because they were the builders. The time passed, the new standards introduced, and since then Darwin has not experienced any such destruction.
Thank God for that, and also thank God things have evolved, because I know that they love you guys here these days.
Well, the Greek community was very, very well received.
Yeah.
The other thing was the city, it was so small that everybody knew everybody else. So they live in each other's pockets. So it's so good. And Darwin is one of the most multicultural cities in Australia. And it's got about 105 different nationalities living here. In these old days, the Chinese baker, Mr. Kwong, was going to Stuart Park, which was mainly the Greek neighborhood, with fresh bread, calling out, "Fresko psomi," in Greek, for the wives to come down. And Mr. Kwon also had his oven available at Easter for people to bake their lambs.
That's
so
awesome.
he had very good friends. And the other thing we find out, actually, the Greek community is not insular. It doesn't Greeks marrying Greeks. Now Greeks will marry Indonesians, will marry Chinese, will marry Vietnamese, will marry Australians. So we're getting this multicultural effect inside that Greek community, which is really good because a lot of the foreigners, because of our traditions, like to come to us, like our food, like the way we live, like the way we celebrate, like the way to go to church. We see people from other nationalities now come to our church. The same way Greeks who marry Italians will go to the Catholic Church. We've got now some Chinese come and baptize Greek Orthodox, some Vietnamese,
that's
the same,
nice.
which is really, really good. What we actually see now, and I love it, every June, at King's birthday now, we've got the Greek Lendi. And I love to go there and see so many thousands of people. 1 in 3 in Darwin will come through the Glendi in these 2 days. But the important thing is to see these mixed race kids dressed up in the Greek costume, dancing Greek dances.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. My friend plays at the Glenty.
Λοιπόν, εγώ που με βλέπεις είμαι η Γεστημανή. Έχω έρθει στο Darwin εδώ στην Αυστραλία το 2013, τα κομίσαμε μαζί με τον άντρα μου, πήραμε την απόφαση να κάνουμε αυτό το μεγάλο βήμα λοιπόν, να έρθουμε εδώ. Αυτή τη στιγμή έχω 3 παιδιά, δουλεύω full time, το χόμπι μου είναι το Tik Toker, έχω ένα μικρό κανάλι εκεί όπως είπαμε και γενικότερα ασχολούμαι με ό,τι μπορείς να φανταστείς που θα μου κινήσει το ενδιαφέρον μέχρι να το μάθω. Μετά θέλω κάτι καινούριο. Εδώ στο Darwin η ζωή είναι λίγο, δεν ξέρω, διαφορετική από την Κάλυμνο. Είναι λίγο μεγαλύτερο μέρος, έχει πολλούς διαφορετικούς πολιτισμούς, διαφορετικούς ανθρώπους, αλλά είναι κάτι που το αγαπάω πάρα πολύ. Τι άλλο, αυτά νομίζω.
Έχει μεγάλη διαφορά το νησί με Νταρουίνι. Όταν ήρθες μέχρι τώρα, πώς αισθάνεσαι που είσαι εδώ και γυρνάς στο νησί, πήγες 2 φορές μου είπατε.
Έχω πάει 4 φορές από τότε που ήρθα, αλλά είχαμε κάνει 7 χρόνια να πάμε, οπότε πήγαμε μετά από 7 χρόνια, είχα δει πολύ μεγάλη διαφορά. Η Κάλυμνος είχε αλλάξει πάρα πολύ, όλα τα μαγαζιά ήταν διαφορετικά, αλλά και εδώ είναι κάτι, δεν ξέρω, καμία σχέση το νησί με το Darwin, καμία σχέση, αποκλείω.
Μου είπες ο πατέρας σου έφυγε από Νταρουίνι πριν, είχε πόσα χρόνια, 30 χρόνια να ξαναγυρίσει.
Ο παπάς μου πήγε στην Ελλάδα για διακοπές και έμεινε εκεί, δεν ξαναγύρισε, έμεινε 30 χρόνια εκεί γιατί γνώρισε τη μαμά μου.
Αυτό που κατάλαβα.
Ναι, γνώρισε τη μαμά μου. Και μετά αναγκαστικά ξαναήρθε για να δει εμάς επειδή του πήρα την εικονή του πίσω.
Ωραία, μπράβο. Λοιπόν, πες μας κάτι για το TikTok channel, γιατί αυτό που κατάλαβα είσαι πιο famous από μένα.
Famous δεν είμαι και δεν θα νιώσω ποτέ ότι είμαι γνωστή, αλλά για κάποιο λόγο οι άνθρωποι βρήκαν ενδιαφέρον στη ζωή μου και στην καθημερινότητά μου εδώ στην Αυστραλία, προφανώς επειδή είμαι στο εξωτερικό και ναι, έκαναν το χόμπι μου λίγο μεγαλύτερο από όσο περίμενα και από όσο θα ήθελα, να πω την αλήθεια, γιατί κάπου ντρέπομαι και λίγο. Και γενικότερα όταν μου μιλάνε γι' αυτό ντρέπομαι. Δεν θέλω να ξέρω ότι με βλέπετε. Μπορείτε να μην μου το λέτε.
Μια χαρά ήσουν. Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ που μιλήσαμε σήμερα.
Εγώ σε ευχαριστώ που περάσαμε τόσο πολύ ωραία.
Να είσαι καλά.
Και χάρηκα πάρα πολύ που σε γνώρισα και σε ευχαριστώ για το πολύ ωραίο.
Εγώ χάρηκα και ευχαριστώ στη Βίκη που μας έκανε connect. Και αν θέλουμε να σε βρούμε στο TikTok.
Γεστημανή.
Again?
Απλά με το όνομά μου, Γεστημανή.
Perfect. Ωραία. Να είσαι καλά. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Darwin rocks.
γίνεται χαμός, It's got the vibe, έχει το στυλ. Σε αυτό είναι μεράκι και μπαράκι. Είναι το ίδιο. Yeah.
Ερχόμαστε, πίνουμε. Φίλε, δεν έχει και τίποτα κάνεις εδώ. 2-3 πράγματα.
Αλλά είναι ωραίο, το έχουν φτιάξει, είναι πολύ ωραίο.
Ναι, καλή.
Και αυτό το μηχανάκι είναι ωραίο.
Αυτό είναι.
Ah, bravo, man. That's awesome. Very cool, man. Πολύ ωραίο.
Το weekend είναι ωραία.
Θα ξαναγυρίζω. Είμαι τυχερός που ο Μανώλης τώρα ήθελε να φύγει με το μηχανάκι μου. Παίρνεις το δικό μου το μηχανάκι. I appreciate που θα μιλήσουμε για λίγα λόγια. So, πέρασα ωραία και ξέρω που βιάζεσαι να φύγεις, αλλά ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ που θα μιλήσουμε λίγο για το μαγαζί. So, πες μου λίγο για σας.
Είμαι ο Μανώλης, είμαι από την Κάλινο. Ήρθαμε εδώ πέρα πριν 15 χρόνια και μαζί με τα τρία τα αδέρφια μου αποφασίσαμε μετά από διάστημα να ανοίξουμε ένα μαγαζί ελληνικό εστιατόριο στο Darwin, στο κέντρο της πόλης. Ελπίζω να μπορέσετε κάποια στιγμή να έρθετε να μας βρείτε. Προσπαθούμε εδώ στο Darwin να κρατάμε ζωντανή την ελληνική παράδοση και πιστεύω ότι το φαγητό μας είναι πολύ ωραίο και θα νιώσετε σαν το σπίτι σας αν έρθετε ποτέ εδώ.
Είναι, εγώ τρελάθηκα, πέρασα ωραία σήμερα.
Να σε καλά.
Και εγώ ήρθα από Τίλη και φεύγω σε λίγο. Είχα μανία να έρθω.
Είσαι εδώ γεννημένος εσύ, Αυστραλία?
Ναι. Αλλά η κατοικία είναι Λέσβος, full lesbian.
Α, Λέσβος εσύ,
Και αυτό που είδα, μπήκαμε από εδώ σήμερα και μπήκαμε από μεράκι. Έχετε δύο μαγαζιά.
Είναι το μπαράκι, υπάρχει και το μεράκι. Είναι στην ουσία ένα μαγαζί, αλλά άμα πεινάσεις, φας και μετά θέλεις να ράξεις, να ακούσεις λίγο ελληνική μουσική και να πιεις κανένα ποτάκι, έχουμε και το μπαράκι μας. Πολλά ελληνικά ποτά εδώ πέρα.
Μανώλη, είσαι τέλειος. Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ. Thank you very much.
Ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Okay, funny story. On the plane back this afternoon from Timor-Leste, Dili, I actually sat with this guy and his papu, and they told me this story in Darwin. So they're from Kalimno. And I said, yeah, I'll get in touch at some point. It'd be good to chat. And I've just been dropped off in the wrong place to go to Meraki, which is a Greek restaurant. But yeah, I've just been dropped in front of Darwin Bar. That's funny.
And obviously, as being a Greek-based club, our traditions are from those Greek immigrants. We're very involved in the Greek community, and we get involved in the Greek Lenti Festival. It happens once a year in June here in Darwin, and it's a massive fundraiser for us. And it's also a way for us to show off our Greek culture as well and our Greek backgrounds. You know, we cook our Greek food, and it's fair to say that we're one of the biggest stores at Glenti, and our rotisserie that cooks 800 pieces of chicken and meat at a time is a big draw cut at Glenti. We're proud of that.
That's awesome. Is there, I'm guessing, obviously being a novice to Darwin, I'm guessing there's the Ikosipeti Martio March or something like that. So do you guys have your own, do you guys get involved? Do you guys have a banner or something? Or?
We get invited by the Greek community, by Michael Koulianos, the president of the Greek community, to the service that they do after the church service. And we will lay our wreath along with the other Greek community groups
awesome.
in Darwin.
Champion.
A lot of success, a lot of good things, as always. Our club is 67 years old this year. I was just had to do a little interview with a guy from South that was up here doing a few stories on the Greek community, and he asked me to give him a little background of our club, and in that background, what I told him was our club was formed in 1958 by, there he is now recording me. Our club was formed in 1958 by a group of Greek immigrants who came to Darwin and were looking for a way to fit in with the community, and being Greeks, what they knew soccer, they knew football, and they formed a club, and that was how they joined in, and they grew as friends and became friends and lifelong friends, and luckily that club is our club, and I like to think that even today, we
So English is perfect if that's good for
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
So ξεκινάμε.
Okay, so I'm Costa Bubaris, president of Hellenic Athletic Club. Hellenic Athletic Club, we obviously play soccer here in Darwin and Northern Territory. Our club was established in 1958. Tonight we're celebrating our seniors presentation event for 2026. Season's just finished and we're here to celebrate, I guess. It's another successful season for us. So our club, yes, was formed in 1958. We're celebrating 67 years this year. Our club was established by a group of Greek immigrants, you know, new to Darwin, new to Australia, and they were looking for a way to fit in with the local community. And you know, what do they know? They know football. So they formed our club, and the club soon became their family. You know, it was their life. And my father and uncle joined the club in 1959. My uncle still is involved, and he's, you know, 66 years later, he's still running the water for the first team and coming to training. And that's Nick Koulianos is his name, and still grumpy, but he's got every right to be. So our club, you know, we've now got juniors starting from 5 years old, boys and girls, right through to senior men and women. We've been very successful in the last 15 years in particular, but definitely all through our club's history. But the last 15 years in particular, our men and women, it's not wrong to say that they've been dominating. So it's a lot of hard work from a lot of good people, and you know, those traditions of our people becoming family continue to today. You know, everyone in there celebrating. You know, they're all good friends and all great mates, and you know, being involved in a sports club is all about making memories and making lifelong friends. And we hope we can continue those traditions from the people that started the club in 1958.
How important is it to have volunteers, good volunteers?
Amateur sports clubs, you know, they don't survive without volunteers. You know, they're volunteers. They don't get paid. They do it because they love it. You know, they do it because, as I said, you know, I've been doing it. It started off because of my father and what he and my uncle and what they did, and I wanted to continue along their what they started with the club. And my brother is heavily involved, Alex. My other brother is coaching. Sid is also coaching now with the juniors as well. But volunteers is, as anyone knows that's involved in amateur sports clubs, you need volunteers. You can't survive without volunteers, and good sponsorship, I suppose, as well.
Yes, actually, that's great. Bravo. Thank you, and well done for bringing them all together, and sponsors looking after them. Bravo.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Congratulations.
3, 2, 1, πάμε.
Ποιος είσαστε, πού είμαστε, πες μας για την ομάδα σας.
Βρισκόμαστε στο Darwin της Αυστραλίας. Είμαστε Darwin Ελλάς Veteran. Είμαστε από το 2011
Σωματείο. Μαζευτήκαμε σαν φίλοι και κάνουμε εδώ πέρα παρέα. Ερχόμαστε, μαζευόμαστε, παίζουμε, περνάμε την ώρα μας. Περνάμε καλά. Έχουμε τις συμμαχίες μας. Όλα καλά.
Υπάρχουν τα καλά, υπάρχουν και τα κακά. 2 χρόνια τώρα συμμετέσχουμε σε ένα πρωτάθλημα. Πέρυσι είχαμε βγει, νομίζω, 5η-6η, φέτος βγήκαμε 2η
Και πάμε.
και προχωράμε για το καλύτερο.
Μπράβο. Και πόσα teams, πόσες ομάδες, είσαστε over 35?
Over 35. Μόνο over 35.
Μόνο over 35. Μπράβο.
Ένα μπάρο.
Υπάρχει μόνο μια ελληνική ομάδα εδώ πάνω, over 35, δεν υπάρχει άλλη. Θα προσπαθήσουμε να κατεβούμε και στις πόλεις κάτω, να βρούμε καμιά άλλη ομάδα, να παίξουμε κανένα φιλικό έτσι, να μαζευτούμε σαν Έλληνες, πώς το λένε.
Όπως κάναμε παλιά.
Ναι.
Όπως κάναμε παλιά. Παλιά το κάναμε αυτό. Τελευταία πενταετία περίπου το σταματήσαμε. Μετά το COVID, δεν το έχουμε κάνει ακόμα. Αφιλοκερδές σωματείο είμαστε.
Ναι, είχαμε παίξει με Μελβούνι κάτω, είχα παίξει και εγώ 2 παιχνίδια. Τότε υπήρχαν και άλλοι παίκτες παλιοί, όπως ο Γιώργος Πιλάτος, Μιχάλης Κυπριώτης, παίκτες που έχουν παίξει χρόνια μπάλα. Μιχάλης Κυπριώτης έχει παίξει Ρόδα, έχει παίξει Διαγόρα.
Ο Βαγγέλης Καβουκλής.
Βαγγέλης Καβουκλής. Πάρα πολλά ονόματα.
Και αυτό που κατάλαβα, και εσύ έπαιξες very good standards. Αυτό που κατάλαβα.
Να.
You're still very good.
Εντάξει.
Today's man of the match. Και τελευταία ερώτηση, πότε θα παίξετε στο Sydney, πότε θα κατεβείτε να παίξετε στο Sydney?
Αυτό τώρα τι γίνεται, προσπαθούμε να οργανωθούμε. Έχουμε αναλάβει τώρα να κάνουμε μια λέσχη σαν ομάδα γιατί δεν είχαμε κάπου να στεγαστούμε. Προσπαθούμε να φτιάξουμε τη λέσχη μας, να δούμε τι χρήματα θα μας περισσέψουν, γιατί και από εδώ είμαστε, όπως είπαμε, είμαστε αφιλοκερδός σωματείο. Οτιδήποτε εκδηλώσεις κάνουμε, τα λεφτά που μαζεύουμε τα δίνουμε σε δωρεές, σε σχολεία, στην εκκλησία, όποιος έχει ανάγκη και βοηθάμε. Και σιγά σιγά, μόλις τελειώσουμε τη λέσχη μας, κάπου πρέπει να ψαχτούμε να έρθουμε Σίδνεϊ, Μελβούρνη, αλλά οι δουλειές είναι δύσκολα και δεν μπορούμε να φεύγουμε όποτε θέλουμε.
Αλλά πιστεύω τώρα ότι είναι πιο εύκολο, Βασίλη, γνωρίζουμε τώρα εσάς. Πιστεύω θα είναι πολύ εύκολο για να κατεβούμε κάτω.
Θα θέλαμε να κατεβείτε κάποια στιγμή. You're very welcome to come and see. We'd love to see you. So we're going to keep in touch anyways.
Yeah.
Τον Γιάννη τον έχουμε κοντά μας, γνωρίζετε τον Γιάννη καλά.
Καλός άνθρωπος.
Ανά πάσα στιγμή.
Και ευχαριστώ πολύ που με αφήσετε να παίξω σήμερα.
Ευχαριστώ.
I'm sorry about the standards, but ευχαριστούμε πολύ. Θα
Γεια
μιλήσουμε.
σας, είμαι ο Νικόλος Καλκίτης από το Darwin Olympic. Είμαστε εδώ σήμερα για να βοηθήσουμε για τα παιδιά του Olympic, να τους δώσουμε τα βραβεία τους που για ένα περήφανη χρονιά. Το Olympic από μικρούς μέχρι τους μεγάλους πήγαμε πολύ καλά φέτος το 2025 και χάρηκα σαν πρόεδρος για να βλέπω τα παιδιά και όλους τους ποδοσφαιριστές να πάνε καλά.
Πες μας λίγο για τα παιδιά που παίζουν, πόσες ομάδες έχετε και φέτος έχετε κερδίσει πολλά cups, είσαστε super, συνέχεια.
Ναι.
Αυτό που καταλαβαίνω, έχετε κερδίσει παραπάνω από 60 μέχρι 70
Ναι, κάθε
cups.
αστέρι που έχουμε πάνω είναι 10 κύπελα. Φέτος φέραμε άλλα 2 στην πρώτη ομάδα και από τους μικρούς, αλλά εγώ χάρηκα πιο πολύ με μικρούς, από 12 και πάνω. Πήραμε 2 πρωταθλήματα και 2 championships που ήταν πολύ καλά. Και οι μικροί 11 και κάτω χαρευτήκαν πολύ και είναι πολύ ωραία να τους βλέπεις να παίζουν.
Και αυτό που κατάλαβα είναι τα παιδιά, τα νεολαία, οι περισσότεροι είναι παιδιά από ελληνικές ρίζες.
Ναι, έχουμε φέρει πολύ ελληνισμό στην ομάδα μετά από κάποια χρόνια, αλλά εντάξει, τώρα τα επόμενα 10 χρόνια που θα βλέπετε το Darwin Olympic θα είναι πολύ ελληνισμό και χάρηκα και γι' αυτό.
Το Darwin Olympic πότε ξεκίνησε, η πρώτη χρονιά που παίξατε ποδόσφαιρο, πότε ήταν?
Η πρώτη χρονιά ήταν το 1967 και πήραμε και το Champions League αυτή τη χρονιά. Και ήταν πολύ ωραία, υπάρχει ακόμα 3-4 άτομα που ζουν από αυτή τη χρονιά και τους καλάμε κάθε χρόνο στο presentation. Και φέτος νομίζω ότι χαρευτήκαν. Έχω πάρει πολλά μηνύματα και μου λέγανε πως φέραμε τον ελληνισμό και τη χαρά πίσω στους ανθρώπους που αρχινήσαν το Olympic.
That's awesome. Και τελευταία ερώτηση είναι το FFA Cup. Είχατε παίξει local tournament, αυτό που κατάλαβα.
Ναι, παίξαμε με όλες τις ομάδες του Darwin και τελικά πήραμε το κύπελλο και αυτό και ανεβήκαμε για να παίξουμε με την ομάδα του Narrowwater.
Συγχαρητήρια, well done. Congratulations on today. So this is your presentation day. The junior presentation. The seniors are next Saturday. Ωραία, μπράβο. Thank you. Να είσαι καλά, ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ.
Enough. Need to be here. We'll start in about 2 minutes. The coaches, when you come up and you hand out your trophies, please float around and take your team over there for a team photo.
Bon, G'ia Vasily. Thank you very much for visiting us here in Darwin. My name is Michael Koulianos. I'm the president of the Greek Orthodox Community of North Australia. It's a pleasure to have you here, and it was a pleasure to actually take you around and tour you to our Greek school, our church, and the other facilities that we have here today. Now, the Greek Orthodox Community was established in 1968, or was actually incorporated in 1968, And with the primary purpose, or the two purposes that we have, is our promotion of our Greek culture and our preservation of our identity. Now, the Greek community represents currently about 15,000 Greeks that are living in Darwin. Per capita, we must be one of the biggest Greek cities outside of Greece, I suppose, in a population of about 180,000. The Greek community has a lot of different activities. You know, we actually involved in about 20-25 events per year. Those events being either religious events, cultural events, school events, community events, with the biggest event being the Glenti, the Darwin Glenti, which is a event which is the third biggest event in the calendar of the NT. It attracts about 40,000 people, and it's a showcase of our culture to everybody around us. The Glenti also shows the standing of the Greek community, which has quite a bit of influence, you know, with in our society here, in our community here. Our main focuses are obviously, you know, the preservation of our religion with our Greek Orthodox Church of St. Nicholas, which we had the opportunity to visit earlier today, but also the preservation and promotion of our Greek language, which is very, very important to us. Currently, our Greek school, as you spoke today with our principal, Giannis, has about 130, and there he is there now. We've got about 130 students. We've actually made major changes to the way we actually teach Greek. Instead of being the first language or taught as first language, we actually teach Greek as a second language. Even though we had a little bit of a downturn after the 2011 or 12, when we've lost 3 teachers that were actually appointed by the Greek government here, we've managed to get on our feet. And now we've grown our numbers again. Last year we had about 120 students. This year we've got 135, and I'm hoping next year we'll be about to reach the 150 mark. The Greek community is involved in, has actually opened up to a lot of other communities outside. We've got great relationships with a lot of other ethnic groups. A lot of them use our facilities, which are at the Panhellenic Cultural Centre, which I told you earlier. And we've become a, how would you say it, Gianni? Πυλώνας σταθερότητας.
Πυλώνας σταθερότητας, όπως το είπες.
In a way as well. We are fortunate to be in this position because of everybody that came before us. So there's thousands of Greeks and thousands of Hellenes that actually try to bring this community to the level that it is. And I have to say it's up to us now to take it to the next level. There ατελείωτες ώρες of volunteerism to try and get Glenti from, which is, this was the 35th Glenti. We actually lost one because of COVID. You know, it started off as a very small event at the back of our Greek school, and now it's one of the prime events or signature events of the Darwin calendar, down the Esma, which I will take you later on so you can have a look. First of all, you're actually welcome, and we're giving you an official invitation to come to our next Glenti, which will be the 6th and 7th of June in 2026. Having said that, there's it's not just our Glenti, it's not just our school. We've got an elderly program, we've got a youth program, we've got all sorts of other programs that we actually run. Our office in the main, in the CBD actually has a welfare officer, and currently we sort of started changing the structure of the community as well. Up until now, it was totally based on volunteers. What we're doing now is we're creating positions to create some sort of infrastructure and continuity so we can provide more services to our members than what we did provide before. Not only that, but creating a succession plan by involving younger generation Greeks right from the get-go. As I said earlier, as I mentioned earlier, you know, being involved in the Greek community, there's unfortunately up until now, but it's just the way it is when you're running volunteer organizations, there was no structures, procedures and everything else. It was empirical knowledge. And we are trying to document all that and pass it down to the next generations. So myself, I was actually born in Darwin. In 81, my family migrated to Greece, and I came back for a holiday in 95. I never ended up going back. I've met my wife here, I got involved. I actually studied here, I got a degree in IT and a master's in IT and business administration. I had my daughter here, and after I had my daughter, I thought we have to actually do something more. We have to try and create a better environment for our kids, infused with a Greek element. And it's very, very important. Even through the Greek school, even though it's only running for 36 weeks a year, and you know, it's only for a limited of time of 5 hours, we focus a lot on the identity component. There's a social aspect of it, obviously, which is quite important because the Greeks get to meet with other Greeks. The language is quite important because they carry over civilization and our identity. But getting our kids to understand the identity through the national celebrations that we do, and I think is very, very important as well. So I have to say, we're not going to get academics out of Greek school, but we get people that understand where they're coming from, they get in contact with their roots, and plant the seed for them to investigate their heritage further in the future as they're growing up. So I think we're doing a fantastic job with all the team there. We've got a lot of volunteers that help us out, and we're blessed with all the volunteers we have. We've got about 5 subcommittees, about 60 or 70 people at this point, you know, in our different committees, from our church committee to the school committee to the Glenty committee to our marketing committee and everything else. And we're working towards bringing more people in, as many as possible, basically. The community is not just me, Giannis, and the people in the committees. The community is everybody from Hellenic origin. Now, Darwin is actually a great place. We've got, for us, I suppose, but there's 10 other associations or Greek associations here, which in the last few years we've managed to come to a loose federation to help each other out. Help out with resources, help out with volunteers, with manpower and so on. And that's just made us stronger, I have to say. You will have the opportunity to meet some of the people this morning, but even later in the afternoon. And it's a vibrant community, a vibrant and very alive community, which I have to say that most people down south either don't see it or they're not aware of it. So I hope this creates a little bit of awareness of what we as Greeks are doing up here. Η καρδιά της Ελλάδας χτυπά δυνατά και εδώ στο Darwin. Βασίλη, σε ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ που ήρθες και μας επισκέφτηκες. Ελπίζω να ξανάρθεις κάποια στιγμή γρήγορα, είσαι πάντα ευπρόσδεκτος και καλό ταξίδι στο ντύλι που θα πας τώρα. Σε ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ για τον χρόνο σου.